Okay, let's get started. So, today I think it's very exciting because we've got a very successful entrepreneur from Ahmedabad who developed his company from Ahmedabad business to now global business over 25 to 30 years. And, he was born here, he went to undergrad here, college here, he went to Ahmedabad here, and then he started his company. So you've all read his bio, and so I'm going to let Amit Nanavati, talk for about 15-20 minutes, and then let's open it up to questions, and everybody to participate in the questions.
Thank you, Rajan, for your tremendous introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. And as I said, my name is Amit Nanavati. I was born right here in Ahmedabad. I went to school in St. Xavier's, kindergarten, SSC board in those days, and went to College of Commerce, local College of Commerce here, HL College of Commerce. And then I went into IIM Ahmedabad, studying here EGP MBA course, and then studied law and accounting, and then decided to, along with my business, I used to study as well. So what I did was, when I graduated from school, I had a choice of getting into IIT, like all my other friends into IITs, and I had a choice to do that or do something else. And I chose to go into commerce because I wanted to do business. And I thought if I go to IIT, it might make me a very good engineer, but it also would not get me the right focus for business. And in those days, IITs were, we understood was too technical. The opportunity that you guys are getting of learning about business. So I graduated from IIM and immediately went into business of setting up a steel plant. And the reason I chose such a difficult project was not out of my choice, but I happen to know two technical people, a mechanical engineer and a metallurgist, who were working in a steel company in Vadodara, and they were not satisfied with their jobs because they were not getting much of money or progress. So they said, okay, let's join hands and we start a steel company in Bharuch. The reason why we went to Bharuch is because we were getting a lot of financial incentives from the government, and we needed money, plain and simple. We had capital of our own, but that was limited. So we chose backward area, right or wrong, but we got the money, but we also got a lot of pain there. And that's part of the thing that we need to learn, that business is a lot of pain. But we will overcome that and keep focused. So we did that, and later on, the company flourished a lot. I started another plant in Ahmedabad, right in the heart of the city, Rakhia, because we had some landed property there to manufacture the downstream product from the steel wires that we used to make in Bharuch. So we did that. That was with the German collaboration. So we went to Germany, studied the systems and how they work, and equipment, and production processes, and that was a very path-breaking project because in those days it was manufacturing fasteners. Fasteners were made by lathe using a round bar. That was the traditional method of making fasteners. We brought a highly automated machine which can make 400 pieces in 1 minute. So it was a very high-speed equipment, and so we did that, and again we made a lot of money there. Pain as well. Most people talk of money but not the pain, but I always like to emphasize pain every time because it is painful. Being an entrepreneur means you have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. Absolutely no idea. But you still have to have that of credit that I used to issue to my German suppliers to buy raw material. I was importing all the raw material. It was not manufactured in India in those days. So the German suppliers, mills, steel mills in Germany said, sorry, we won't accept your letters of credit because we are not worth anything. So I was wondering what to do now. And then I decided, okay, then I'll set up a base outside India. Because otherwise my growth will not happen as much as I would like to. So I went to the United States and looked around and for a green card. They said, yeah, you can get it for 10 years, 12 years, who knows. I had no patience. So I hopped over to Canada and applied for the candidate immigrant status. And they said, yeah, you know French, you know English, you know this. And they have a point system. So they could get me there in 10 months' time. So I set up my office in Canada and started looking around what to do with their office there. Because as an immigrant, you don't know days, no backgrounds. Finally, my friends in India said, okay, why don't you supply us a steel called electrical steel, which is even today not manufactured in India. It's a very high-tech product used in the transformers. The core of the transformer is magnetic steel, which is called electrical steel or silicon steel. All of you being IT students must be familiar with the core of the transformer. And the copper is wound around it. So I started exporting that. That company, Preparatory Resources Inc., eventually exports the same product over the last 25 years for the customers and companies like Bharuch, BHEL, Cromptons, Ariva, ABB, Siemens. They are all my customers in India. Then I expanded that concept all across Asia because the steel mill I'm the distributor of, an American steel mill for all these years. They said, can you go to China? I said, fine, no problem. So they pushed me out from Canada and they said, go to China and set up an office there and set up this business there and you want to set up in China. So I just, I had never no idea what is China or never been there. So I applied for a visa in Hong Kong, hopped over to Shanghai. I took a couple of my customers from Taiwan because I used to supply to Taiwan before. They knew some local people and we went around and I found it quite interesting. So I said, okay, let me set up a representative office. I set up a representative office there. One thing leads to another. Business started. Three Gorges Dam project came about in China at that time and they needed lots of transformers, 9 number of transformers. So they said, okay, keep supplying. I went there to get an order for 500 tons, by the way. And my first trial order was 5,000 tons. And they said, this is a trial order. If you can deliver on this, come back and give you an order for 10,000 tons. Fine, I'm happy to do that. So I went back, ramped up my people in the office, pumped them up and said, we need to do this in 3 months' time. Went to the steel mill, pushed them, and got the product out in 3 months' time, over 5,000 tons. Went back again, more orders and more orders and more orders. Then I said, okay, how about I start a trading company? At that time I was just a rep office in the sense all the LCs would come from China directly to my office in Canada and they would ship the material from United. My warehouse was important in the USA. The shipping would come from Baltimore to China, USA went from Canada, customs in China. It was a bit complicated. So I said, okay, let me start a trading company in China. So I set up a trading company there, bought some warehouses to store the steel, started selling, and lo and behold, my profit margin from $100 a ton went up to $500 a ton, just because I was selling in local currency. I was willing to take the risk of customs clearance, selling in local currency. And fortunately for me, this product is a monopoly product. Only 6 mills in the world can make it. So I could demand my payment terms. I just said everybody has to pay me in advance 100% or the steel does not leave my warehouse. So people had to do that. And even now they have to do it. That's my good fortune that I bumped into a product that I can dictate my terms to the customers. And I had a few Chinese managers working in the Canada office. So I took them to Shanghai and said, okay, let's set up this whole operation here. So we did that. foreign country, you need to spend a lot of time investing in local customs and local ways of doing things. So I'm just fast forwarding everything because we have limited time, but there are a lot of different steps that we have to do just to make sure that we are not making any major mistakes. So we set up that trading company, did good business, and then I got the idea that how about we start processing the steel here before we sell it to the customer. Because when I sell a steel wide sheet to the customer in a road, 5-ton road, he has to open the road and split it and make laminations. Laminations are stacked into the core and then offer it on. So we started making these laminations in Shanghai. So we set up a not manufacturing, steel processing center, and did that. So every step you have to think, how do I get the next additional value-added dollar? That is the whole name of the game in business. Whatever you are doing, how do I increase my sales and how do I get my profit margin bigger and bigger? Sometimes increasing sales by itself is not the answer because if the bottom line doesn't grow, top line growth is going to kill you because you are spending more and more on overheads, using less and less money for the effort you do. Anyway, so we did that, and later on, the wage cost in China started going up very steeply in the last 7-8 years. So I decided to ship that steel processing center to Vadodara. So it's working in Vadodara now. The other things we did was like in the meantime, Shanghai and India and Shanghai office, we started selling steel all across Asia, from Pakistan to Australia, New Zealand, all the countries in the steel markets. And then we set up a financial base in Singapore. So Singapore is a very tax-friendly country and also very easy to work from. So we set up a financial base in Singapore, operations base in India and Canada and Shanghai, China. We then also branched into Vietnam, and there were some investments in Vietnam as well. We don't operate it ourselves. So it's more of a situation or a silent partnership. I don't stay silent too much, but so that's the story of my life. A lot of heartaches, a lot of hardships for me, my family, and entrepreneurship is not just your right, it's right for the whole family. It's not easy for anyone. But you have to have that faith and the belief in yourself to make it. So now the topic today is how do you go about setting up a business in Gujarat? But it's the same anywhere. Gujarat is one of the launching pads because we are in Gujarat. And then how do you take it global? First state-wise, then national and global. I am not so tech-savvy, so if I make mistakes here, please pardon me. I'm commerce graduate, so I'm kind of a person. Okay. I have some slides here which are courtesy of PricewaterhouseCoopers. I have picked it up from open source public domain information based on the internet. Thank them for that.
Classroom મારું ક્લાસ ચાલે છે
But I
સવા બે
those
સવા બે
some of the slides
સવા બે
Rajan will give me the printout later on, I suppose. Some of the slides, the numbers will not add up. I will mention where it doesn't add up, but the reason why they don't add up is because they are from different years. The reference years are different, and sometimes the source is different. One is taken from the government of India, central government's database, something is taken from Gujarat government database. That's one of the yearling that's going on between center and Gujarat. You say you are the best, but you don't think you are the best. So, starting off with this, first I would like to give you an idea of the realities. You must be already staying here, so you know GDP, we are the fifth largest in India, but the rate of growth, we are highest GDP growth rate in the country, highest per capita income in the country. I'll go to the numbers on the slide. Highly diversified industrial base backed by a strong agrarian agricultural economy, which is very important. We can have lots of manufacturing, but if there is no food, which local food that you can sell to others and buy and eat rice from it, becomes a very high cost economy. Educated, skilled and well-behaved manpower, global image of good governance at the bureaucratic and political level, stability in the last 12, 15 years. I haven't come across any major or even minor problems in Gujarat. We used to have a lot of riots and that is history. It's a very important thing, because without stability, there's economic growth. Anyway,